Treatise.
That me never Juban Doba Tejan, Ragis head there, Chinejan, you can along, Mocho, the head that is long on, not do none, sending Gube. Maybe sense on Shilla, maybe sense on Shilla mean, never come to your Mochoa. Ziba never shall Gube. Maybe Doba Ranki, you want to go, you know. Tena Tinganzi, Ruby, Junchua Nane, maybe Montu Shila, Tedaki, Gumba, Hasheba Tarahimbe, Saint Jubi, Ne Midela, Kibashao, Gurile, Shineji Miba Langeba, Meba Shibadan, Landrele, Meba Ganutitala, Inigala Jabasha. In the Gila Jabasha, she is one ne. Maybe Shirabashila, Zomogo, she between, you know. Maybe Gandu, Tilla, Shawa, Tamba Minos. Tammy Tinganzi, maybe the Tinganzi going around the Baris. Nanju by Jundu Jobaros. Tinganzi going around the Barimat. Taji the Mebandel Megos, Yomares. What does one do?
Let's go. Furthermore, whether something constitutes meditation on emptiness is determined by whether it is meditation founded upon the view that knows the way things are. It is not determined by whether there is any conceptualization vis-a-vis the object. This will be demonstrated at length below. Even those who claim to stabilize their mind without an object of meditation must first think, I will keep my attention such that it does not stray towards an object whatsoever, and then keep their attention in that way. After they focus like that on the mind itself as an object of meditation, they must be certain to fix on this object without straying on any way. Thus their own experience contradicts their claim that they have no object of meditation. So he's stating that even at the highest yoga tantric level, there's an object of meditation, even if there's an apprehension if one is apprehending the absence, there is apprehension there. So it contradicts this idea that there is no, in order to apprehend reality, one has to have no conception. There has to have no apprehension, if you will. It's more like an apprehension than conception, because when you're doing analysis, you're apprehending things, and Hashan stated that you can't do that. So here it's stating there's still apprehension of that which is void, if you will. So in this way, the classic texts on achieving concentration explain that there are many objects of meditation. Purposes of these meditative bases for stabilizing your mind are as explained above. So you should gain expertise in them. Kamala Shila's Stages of Meditation explains that the object of meditation of serenity is indeterminate, and Atisha's Lamp for the Path to Enlightenment says, it is whatever object or objects of meditation that are appropriate. These statements mean that you are not required to stick with one particular object of meditation. They do not show how to define the range of existing objects of meditation. So it's stating that there are many different objects of observation that a practitioner can engage. It's not saying that there is only one, or that you have to only have one, because you will eventually apprehend singly anything you wish. Let's go. Dig some.
Deja shi ne na du shi chi ba ji kan la yin na ne na du shi ba ni sa jang ba le na du ke de gelon ne ju ba ne ju wa ne ju shi ba de deja shi ba kun na shi yin na ne me ba mu du ba sen Deba Shedos, Docha nye mudubu gongsa direndwa, docha nye muduba. Tene shedan kontra shewa yina, shedan shewa yina ne shamba lao, kontra shewa yina shamba gongo res. Temo shewa yina ne, shen deni je, tenjin deban jonga, tenji imi jusenji deba maruba gongo res. Tenjin deban jonga lao. Ngaje sheba yina ne, kanji rado yewa la senyawa teba shedo. Shedan naba toba sheba kuna yina ne, onyungo dan, nato shewa yina onyungo gongwa res, onyungo dan, onyungo tenwa le senyawa teba shedo. Teta na, te jesu tunbi, meba la senyawa teba sheba yino. Shezun nyesale jang tela kanza docha dan shetan temo dan ngaje dan naba doba sheba tada ki reji dambu kona sheba naba shebe meba la sheba naba la jangwa shade di wudu sen naba doba njushin tada ki meba teyang 수승해봐 고난 주나 대다기 뇌마자와 매바 대좀바 샤오 셰송베 내가 매바 대달라 좀바 샤오 그래 주는
Who should meditate on which objects? As there are various kinds of people, from those with preponderance of attachment to those with a preponderance of discursiveness. The Sanga's Shravaka level cites an answer to a question of Rivata. Rivata, if attachment uniquely dominates the behavior of a monk, yogi, a practitioner of yoga, then he focuses his or her mind on the object of meditation of ugliness. If hatred dominates his behavior, he meditates on love. If ignorance dominates her behavior, then he meditates on the dependent arising of this condition. If pride dominates his or her behavior, here she focuses his or her mind on the differentiation of the constituents. And if discursiveness, the reason I put both genders in there, it's not gender specific. So, if discursiveness, you see when Robert Thurman and some other translators translate every other one, they change from he to she. You'll notice that some translators do that. Each time they change it, just because it's not gender specific. And when it is, it is, but it's not usually when it's read out like this. If discursiveness uniquely dominates his or her behavior, then here she focuses his or her mind on an awareness of the exhalation and the inhalation of the breath. In this way, here she focuses his or her mind on an appropriate object of meditation. Asanga Shravaka levels also states, in this regard, persons whose behavior is dominated by attachment, hatred, ignorance, pride, or discursiveness should for a while at the outset just purify those behaviors by contemplating objects of meditation for purifying behavior. After this, they will see the stability of their minds and they will ascertain only their objects of meditation. So they should definitely persevere at using their objects of meditation. So Rinpoche just pointed out that all of the various negativities have specific antidotes that can be applied to those negativities. Thus, you should certainly work with these objects of meditation. If you are a person whose behavior is balanced, or one whose afflictions are slight, then it suffices to keep your attention on whichever of the aforementioned objects of meditation you like. It is not necessary to have a particular one. And then Sangha Shravaka level states, those whose behavior is balanced should work at whichever object they like so as to attain just mental stability. This is not for the purpose of purifying behavior. Understand that the same applies to those with slight afflictions. Rinpoche chu kabakasam li zugusha.
Jula kundu moba. Jula kundu moba.
Gundu mompa. Okay. Just give me, let's go. think I'm in the same place. I just want
Yula kundu moba shi hina ne,
to decent.
kan la keba sha us. Kan ju je na odo zulu keba je u. Res moba ne no go jirwa. Jen la kundu moba shi hina ne, chi chi la keba sha us. Nagi chi chi da shi chunyi. Mata ba ta du nge wa ta da me ba ta. Kundu moba shi hina ne, ne jin je ban juwa. La keba sha us. Ta mata ba ta du nge wa ta da me ba. Moba shi hina ne, ten de yi ju se de ba ma ru ba la keba chi u res. Ko nye bu ru go jirwa.
That's
Keba tans. Ne ma yin ba. Sen nyawa tuba she dos. Gwa le dwa jawa ne, gwa dunga jawa ne ma yin ba. O tu sul keba chi u res. She son ba ta de me ban de nga kezu mo ba do ba she do. Nyo mo ba na ba ra jong yu me ba la kan za kan ge sen do ban do de ni le de bi kan je do cha da che ba do ba shi na ne ne do ba na je ra ba da zu na shi wa me ba ja wo kan ko ma la shi ra
that's
kan wo ma bo ja da ma to ja da ho de je wo ni la wo zu na le de cha da wa de ba shi na ne de ne zu ji ra ba ni da zu ma ba ni shi wa ne zu kan de bo ja da zu me to ja da ho de shi wa la sen ya wa de ba shi do ka le ju no.
okay. I just have to read like a paragraph. That's the reason I wanted to make sure I had read all the way up, and I hadn't. So I'm just, some of what you're going to hear me read more than Rinpoche's, because I just have to read some of what he read from the last one. Not any translation, just reading of the text. Being dominated by desire or another of those 5 afflictions means that in a previous life you were fully involved in that affliction, became accustomed to it, and expressed it frequently, so that now even if there is a minor object of desire or another of the 5 that affliction arises in a strong and lasting form. Balanced behavior means that you are not fully involved in desire in the others in previous lives. You did not become accustomed to them, and you do not express them frequently. Still, you have not recognized that they are faults, and you have not suppressed them. So while desire and such are not predominant or of great duration, it is not as though they do not occur. So it's stating that even though you, in a previous life, weren't involved in the desire, it wasn't suppressed, you didn't get rid of it. So there's still lingering amounts of it. Having slight afflictions means that you are not fully involved in desire or another of those 5 in your previous lives, and you do see their disadvantages, etc. Therefore, with respect to objects of desire and such that are major, many, or intense, your desire and such arise slowly, while for moderate or minor ones, these afflictions do not arise at all. Also, when desire or another of those 5 afflictions is predominant, you take a long time to realize stability. With balanced behavior, you do not take an excessively long time. With minor afflictions, you do so very quickly. An answer to a question of Rivata, as cited in the Shravaka levels, also explains who works on the objects of meditation for expertise. Rivata, if a monk yogi, a practitioner of yoga, is confused about the characteristic nature of all composite things, or confused about the thing called person, self, living being, life, that which is reborn or the nourisher, he should focus his or her mind on the objects of meditation for expertise in the aggregates. If he is confused about causes, he should focus on the objects of meditation for expertise in the constituents. So remember, previously Rinpoche mentioned the 18 constituents and so forth. We see listed in the footnote section as a translator's note, the 12 sources, the 18 constituents, and so forth. Rinpoche just said mention them as an aside again. If he is confused, if he is confused about conditions, he should focus on objects of meditation for expertise and sources. So there are the sources. If he is confused about impermanence, suffering, and selflessness, should focus on the objects of meditation for expertise and dependent arising, and on what is and not possible. As this states, you mainly use the 5 objects of meditation to stop confusion. Which persons should refocus their minds on objects of meditation for dispelling afflictions is also stated in the same sutra. If you wish to be free from attachment of the desire realm, focus your mind on the coarseness of the desire realm and the calmness of the form realm. If you wish to be free from the attachment of the form realm, focus your mind on the coarseness of the form realm and the calmness of the formless realm. I believe that's where Rinpoche stopped that time. It was mid-quote, so I think that's where it is. Okay, Dikson Rinpoche.
这个想做上被讲，那呢现在呢你的看那都代表土巴当，看是代表了没把握，但了看那都代表了啊，你的留了没把当，留了担保了没把握，但了留了没把啊，送的留你了还有那把没把当。
The Chiron, the Chiron. The long, Tsar, then the Natsu, the Zukam, Zumekam.
Or Zumekam.
The Zuk. The. Sorry, 4, 7. The Natsu Losar, the Ducha, the Zu, Ducha, Dukam, Zukam, Zanodan, Zukam, and this Zusu. The Nangla, Uma Nangla Chiran Kasong.
Yeah.
Long Uma. Okay.
Jizu Tanjile, Saint Joan Deji, Naba Joan Debashina, Demba, Dungetan. Demba Kunjun Tang, Demba Guba Tang, Demba Lala, Santa Bush, Danger and Do Danger. Danger mean things Gungures, Dobra Shedo, She Sonso, Mebandana, Hatungi, Chegun Shebal Tang, Sheneji, Yogun Shebani, Mebandru, Shene Kuni Meba Maimbes. Dembaji de Gene de Ladunigi Mebare, Matu Shene Kuni Meo in Sajo Mares, Maya, Kajine, Shene Sadu Trubi, Mebaron La, Kajine, Shene Truzin, Cheba de Shebi, Mebanju, Shene maybe goes Sheba Yinos, Shene maybe goes Sheba, what the Songdua, Shene Meba. Maybe not them, Kala says, Je, Tingaji, Mede, Hashibi, Mebana, Zuniana, Naba Lula, Hawa, Tea, making not out in Yasale, Zunia Tayan, Zunia Shejan, Sha, Tingaji, Semadan, Tingaji, Shu Dang, Tingaji Tao Dang, Tingaji Godang, Ila, she be Tenta Nato, Nabar to be Le Dang, Nani Shija Shade, Dedan Shiji, Mobadan to be Zunia Tea, making Nadan, Imba Riba Shahu, shesomba tarosa.
Dunchik, the Kanga Dunchik?
Or does it have
Okay. Okay. If you wish to become disenchanted with all perishing objects and wish to be free from them, then focus your mind on the truth of suffering, the truth of origin, the truth of cessation, and the truth of path, Four Noble Truths. You can use these objects of meditation both for analytical meditation with insight and for stabilizing meditation with serenity. So they are not exclusively objects of meditation for serenity. Still, since some serve as objects of meditation for newly achieving serenity and others are used for special purposes after attaining serenity, I have explained them here in the section on objects of meditation of serenity. And then here we'll have synonyms, that which is one with one same meaning as object of meditation. So just as a translator's note, when this word synonymous is used, it means dunchik, one meaning, and it means if A is there, B is there. If B is there, A is there. If you have A, you have B. If you have B, you have A. If you don't have A, you don't have B. If you don't have B, you don't have A. If A is there, B is there, etc. So that's what synonymous in this context means. It means that they're interchangeable words. They are synonyms for the images or mental appearances of these objects of meditation explained above. These points upon which the attention is kept or meditative bases for concentration, as stated in Asanga's Shravaka levels. Also, that image is called image. It is also called sign of concentration, object of domain concentration, technique of concentration, door to concentration, basis of attention, body of internal conceptualization, appearing image. No, these are synonyms of object which appears with the object that is known. So it's just stating that if you see these words, they would be in Tibetan. Obviously, Lama Tsongkhapa is stating a list of words that are the same as object of observation. So if you see these words in other texts, you'll know that that means object of observation, and that these are one meaning. And then identifying objects of meditation for this context. Okay. Gyapsu Babi Mipa.
Kosu Bobi, Mipa Ngoswane, Ona, Mipa Tala Shiva Tadale, Del Mipa Kala Tene, Shinen Drunana, then the Natambi, do the Tarash, Chito, Mangete, Kanzaki Shiraki, Mipa Susu Shagula, Cheva Dushine, Matashi, never drew na, the Shashi La Subi, Inane, Miba never change a good hair. The Majina, Shine Jetun be, Tinga the Tuba Sejang, Shine Mutubi Shide, Cheba Najan, Miba La Shejang, Yushin to Rimbo, Yushin to Rimbo, Matubar. Shine Mandu Par Sona Cheba Najangi Meban Doyu Mandu Bata Chemebishir Shiro Chebrado Natu Sheshua Inane Nabad Long Gombasha Oyong Gores Gombasha Gozo Kanza Chanyabashi Chanya Sheba Yomon Chu Kanza Inane Hasheba Tar Meba Hatar Sheba Naji Nane Yi Kan Tribala Meba Temba Shao Jen Tata Sanjing Monson to Jubi Tingazi Tan Tingazi Jabi Jason Rane Gone Baba Tan Tama Le Tijin Kula Mine, Tingan Druba Sombe, Ruben Shanchu, Zambe Jan, Dene, Shene Mebaden, Kanato, Debi Tubadan, Kashete la Mebao, Tela Kanato, Tebalan, Nide, Lula, Mebadan, Lula Tembe, Lula Temba la Mebao, Tela Lula, Mebalan Sonde. Le Ni Lai Naba Meba Tan, Kenru la subi, Naba meba, Katanga la soba, Samala cheba meba us, Lula demba ngade, Ula demba dan, Sama chama shila meba dan, Telula meba dan, Ziri yola la meba dan gawa dan, Dwala meba u. Kashi deba la, meba la ni de, cheba do, Kaji shi deba re, cheba dan, peba us, meba cheba jenda, meba peba, otene le me kures, tala cheba jenda ni de, kula meba dan, son la meba u. Shi, mabu shi de, langren reba le, te chang so, tala sanji ji kula sen zeba ne, sanji jisu jeba yinbe, suna tayiba jewa dan, kudu naba seshin tena, sha dan, chuba dan, halala subi, subi, shin dan, sha dan la suba, jeba zhonyu, shin, miba cheba jin shindu chewa dan, ha dingen zi jebi ndo chamba tar, chi sanji jisu chamba le, menyaba la subi yoden dan, sanga ji lang gona, lai nenju la shindu chi shewa la, subi, meba mobu na de, ndi pen dan, sanji yi la she zu, jeba dadar ji sanji ngosong du, yubi dingen zi ji, do na chi sewa, yubi, gorin tamale zomba tar, meba de, sheba shayinda ne, chi masu do ne, maji zoos, ta kante dingen zi gongsa, meba dala, ta karil me na gongna, liga re de, la tang, drama lam tendil me na gongga ina, tsu la bache sa naga res. Oto song den sare.
Identifying objects of meditation for this context. Now, from among the many objects of meditation I have explained, on which object of meditation should you base yourself so to achieve serenity? So what do you choose to be your object of observation? As stated in the sutra passage cited above, there is no single definite object. Individuals require their particular object of meditation. So, just as a translator's note, when people ask and Rinpoche says, whatever you feel connected to, whatever you wish, it's not just, it's literally the textual answer, whatever you wish. You have to find what each individual is connected to. Specifically, if you are determined to achieve serenity at the least, and your behavior is dominated by attachment or another affliction, then you need to use a certain type of object of meditation. For if you do not, then you may attain a concentration that approximates serenity, but you will not attain actual serenity. It is said that even if you train with an object of meditation for purifying behavior, you will not achieve serenity unless you do so for a very long time. So how could you ever achieve it? By rejecting objects of meditation for purifying behavior. In particular, if you have a predominance of discursiveness, then you definitely have to meditate on the breath. So if you have a large amount of conceptuality and thought that takes place, then focusing on the breath, meditating on the breath, decreases conceptuality. If you are a person with balanced behavior or a person with slight afflictions, then, as explained before, make your meditative base whatever of the objects of meditation explained above most appeals to you. Alternatively, Kamala Shila's middle and last stages of meditation follow the sutra on the concentration, which precedes the Buddha of the present face-to-face and the King of Concentration Sutra, in stating that you achieve concentration by focusing on the body of the Tathagata. Also, the master Bodhibhadra explains a multitude of objects. Here, serenity is twofold: that attained by looking inward, and that based on the object of meditation viewed outwardly. Of those, looking inwardly is twofold: focusing on the body and focusing on what is based on the body. Of those, focusing on the body is threefold: focusing on the body itself in the aspect of a deity, focusing on ugliness, such as skeletons, and focusing on special insignia, such as a katvanga. Focusing what is based on the body is fivefold: focusing on the breath, focusing on subtle divine insignia, focusing on the drops, focusing on the aspects of light rays, and focusing on the delight and bliss. Serenity based on the object of meditation viewed outwardly is twofold: special and common. Of those, the special is twofold: focusing on a deity's body and focusing on a deity's speech. Atisha's auto-commentary on his own Lamp for the Path to Enlightenment also cites this passage. So Atisha's commentary he wrote on his own text, the Lamp for the Path to Enlightenment, explains this because of the section where it says focus on a virtuous object in the main body of the text. In this regard, to keep your attention on the physical form of the Buddha is to recall the Buddha, so it gives rise to limitless merit. The Kamala Shila's last, you read to there. When your image of your body is clear and firm, then there is a special intensification of your meditative focus on the field in relation to that which you amass merit through prostration, offering, aspirational prayer, etc., as well as on the field in relation to purify obscurations through confession, restraint, etc. This kind of meditation serves many purposes, as stated earlier in the extract from the King of Concentration Sutra. It has advantages such as not losing your mindfulness of the Buddha as you die, and when you cultivate the mantra path, it heightens deity yoga, etc. The Sutra on Concentration, which perceives the Buddha of the present face-to-face, gives a very clear and detailed treatment of these benefits, as well as a method for directing your mind toward the Buddha. Therefore, you should definitely come to know them from there, as Kamala Shila states in his last stages of meditation. Fearing verbosity, I do not write of them here. Consequently, skill and means when you seek the object of meditation by which you achieve concentration and also fulfill along the way some other special purpose. How do you use something like the bodily form of the Tathagata as an object of meditation? Kamala Shila's last stages of meditation states. That's where we stopped. Let me just make sure. Chu de Gorim Tama Loson? Tama Long Loson?
Gori Tama Leson Batara Never Terror Sheba Shai, the Simoso de the Madreso. Tena. Dingen Jiang Rula, Gobachibachi, Yen Shala, Tubi, Meden Tuane, Tolakiba Yino. Tejin to the Yishibi, Good Chenrawa Shila, Mebaten Shejina, Guri Tamale, Tela, Nenjubi, Tuma, the Yishibi, Kuzu, Star Tonga, Chetar Tubala, Saint Jane. Shine Druba Shade, Tejin Shibi, Kuzu Teyan, Shizomi, Dujinto, Sila, Tsendan, Piji Zombi Jemba, Kujinana, Yoshin, Ne, To Nazuji, Shinji Dun Zeba Junto, Ila Shibi, Ila Shebe, Ti Yunten, Doba Jijin, Shiwantan Goba, La Soba Shewa, Shela, Chisito, Sendunto, Juba Jinto, Sewaton Juba Tesito, Santen Shao, Shezonji. Tengan Jabulajan, Seji Kandu Tabu. Kuluji, Jiden Gombu Kudun Zebate, Mibatela, Kanki Senjuba, Shanju Semba Tela, Shanju Semba, Danya Jaji Sha, Shezumba Tela, Tabula Mibi, Tenshao, Ten Sadu, Lu Jiba Rajiji, Yuba Sendeba Nile, Shimane, Eba Jawa, Che Tibetan Buddhism高档养吞别让一级主心身体比那么小我都三人这边一些每天出那这个当罗马拉苏比准备过新都来不及在那样大型第什么中呢？一遇到恰完了，公主，要那拉面来吧，打这吧了，特别多伤心，因为恰到有了，每天在我下午，他刚才现在我没把他了，个人没能这个来的，长期工作的了没呢，现在工给呢。So not that she too lobby saga is, or the one thing that.
Then that's more than true than Lenja?
Okay.
Okay. How do you use something like the bodily form of the Tathagata as an object of meditation? Kamala Shila's last stages of meditation states. In that regard, practitioners should first fix their attention on whatever they may have seen and whatever they may have heard about the bodily form of the Tathagata, and then achieve serenity. The bodily form of the Tathagata is a golden color, like that of refined gold, adorned by the signs and exemplary features, dwells with its retinue, and affects the aims of living beings, and through various means. By continuously directing their minds toward it, yogis develop a wish for its good qualities and quell laxity, excitement, and so forth. They should continue meditative serenity for as long as they can see it clearly, as though the Buddha was sitting in front of them. The King of Concentration Sutra also says that you should use this kind of object of meditation. The glorious protector of the world with the body of the color of gold, the bodhisattva whose mind engages this object is said to be in equipoise. In the two ways to do this, newly imagining the Buddha's form and visualizing the Buddha's form as though actually present, the latter has a distinct advantage in developing faith and fits within the context of practices common to both sutra and tantra vehicles. Therefore, use a visualized object of the Buddha's form as though it already actually exists. When you seek your object of meditation, the basis upon which you first keep your attention, look for an excellent painting or a sculpture of the teaching's body and review it again and again. Remembering its features, firmly familiarize yourself with the mental appearance of the object. Or seek your object of meditation by reflecting upon the meaning of the eloquent descriptions of the Buddha's form, which you have heard from your guru, and make this image appear in your mind. Furthermore, do not let the object of meditation have the aspect of a painting or sculpture. Rather, learn to have it appear in your mind with the aspect of an actual Buddha. Dene Rinpoche, the mipa. The Tingenzi mipa Sanjay. The Sanjay God Sanlodang Mare. Sanjay Nyune Sanlodang. So when we are using these objects of observation, these objects of meditation, such as the Buddha's image, we have to imagine that it's the actual Buddha in front of us when we're doing this meditation. We're not meditating that we have an image that's just an image, that's two-dimensional, or that's a picture. Or a painting. We're using the painting as an instructional aid for our meditation, but we're trying to cultivate it so that we see in our meditation our object of observation as an actual enlightened being.
Yeah.
anyone have any questions?
So, okay.
Katie has a question.
In regards to the object of meditation being Shakyamuni Buddha, do we visualize it in the mind at the seat of the heart or through the third eye?
Meaning, when you're meditating, the place where the Ngatsu, the Gomjana, the Mipa, Kabayare, Kon Ngatsu, the Hlat Sanladana, the Chishina Shachatupa Sanlada. Shachatupa Ngatsu Sanladana, Ngatsu Dunla, the Ngatsu, the Nila. Whichever you prefer. You can see the object of observation externally as a front generation in front of you, or you can meditate it as Katie was saying, at the seed syllable area, at the mind area, the heart center.
Thank you.
Anyone have any questions? Yes. Bread. People want bread and tea.
Hey, one question.
Okay. A question back here? Anyone? Yes.
So every week we start the teaching, or we typically starts the teaching talking about about beings of small capacity, medium capacity,
Correct.
great capacity. And so obviously where we're at in these teachings now is for beings of great capacity.
Correct.
So my focus for the week tends to be on what we're learning in here, and go back and read ahead and go back and forth. So even if we're not, in theory, beings of great capacity, that's where my attention goes. And so I'm especially on the serenity piece of the meditation, like focusing on what these teachings are right here where we're at today. Is that an appropriate practice? If that's like, it becomes like not like my sole orientation, but that's where most of my energy is going, is on these practices for theoretically, people, the practitioners that are well beyond, and like when I read ahead, they talk about the ninth mental states and these things that are, well beyond anything that I've heard or read. Is it still appropriate though that is my focus of practice, because that's what we're talking about, and that's what we're learning. So
now my question is, just so I can frame it properly, is the practice that you're saying you're doing concurrent with the teachings, is it including refuge in the three prior scopes? Like when you sit down to do a practice, for instance, do you go through the scopes or anything like that, or is it just like you're saying, primarily what we learned in class this week is what you focus on this week?
Well, so like I'm doing my meditation, I've been thinking about what we've been reading and focusing my meditation on these practices that we've been learning. And when I read at night, I'm reading this over again, as opposed to going back to other things. And
I guess I would just want to ask it properly, because if in your I don't know what your meditation is, but a lot of times when people do meditation, they start with introductory prayers, and in the introductory prayers are the framework for the three scopes, so are the kind of preliminary stages. So I don't know, if you're doing that.
Not necessarily. I guess.
Okay.
I want to know, is
I got
it appropriate to kind of, for me, or for other practitioners to be focused on these high-level teachings, because they seem to be very beneficial.
I'm clear, Isabel, now. I just want to always make sure I ask Rinpoche in the clearest way possible. Rinpoche, kon de triwa, kon de donta re, ngatsu lamrim Chenmo drodu, then tanda ngatsu mambo sarpa, ngatsu de jipo Chenmo yomare, yene tanda ngatsu de becha de jipo Chenmo lefso. And kon disegadu, kon kamba la drona, kon jipo chongo dan jipo din, salo dangamare, gangen sena de zanima, ngatsu jipo Chenmo lojung segadu. Dain sunsan kon kamba dro, and kon jipo Chenmo salo dangadu. Yene, kon jantro salo dangamare, the ngama kon salo dangamare, kon the ngatsu zendra kuna gonjagadu. Then they chiran lapja yurbe the yapudu the ngama gomja ke champo nyamdu the lapja gare 강신에 탄다 콘 the ngatsu lobjong kona kon gonja kona. Sabudu? Okay.
대야분도스.
Yene kon the jantro lobjong she gonja mare. The ngatsu lobjong kona. Kona diksun nyamdu yabudu.
대그 장장 전도 상당 상상되는 공자는 뒤로 상장.
Okay. Yene the kandre the sansan mo gangisene tanda kon kona de lobjong she.
상당 전도 상당 상수장 주선 상당 어떤 뒤로
The nima chi nyamdu.
이마치 ஞான 상당 뒤로 타대 상당한 뒤로 지요 맞지 봐.
Okay. Then the jantro dan jibuchongo dan jibudin the salomadana the kona salodan pentodu.
그래.
Okay. So Rinpoche is saying that it's beneficial to do it the way that you're doing, keeping focused on this various sections, but you should include, because they're necessary foundations, the study of refuge, bodhicitta, and the things that lead up. We're in bodhicitta, I realize that, but refuge and the things that lead up to bodhicitta, renunciation, and so forth, so that it is an awareness that is part of your practice at a macro level. But Rinpoche is saying that he's not wanting to give specific individual advice to everyone in saying that you should only do this or only do that. So he's saying what you're doing is good, but also you should couple into that, add into that the prior practices, kind of like review or just add those practices in as well. And I was trying to get like a percentage out of him. I was getting nowhere with like should focus more on this or less on that, and there wasn't any blanket answer Rinpoche was comfortable with giving. But he was saying sometimes. That's why you heard him say sometimes. He was saying sometimes do refuge meditation, sometimes do those other meditations, but you can separately just focus on the few pages that we did as well. You don't have to every time you. Rinpoche's point is that every time you look at these pages, you don't have to go through everything. You know what I mean? Is that clear?
Yes.
Cool. So we'll do. Anyone else?
I have a general question on beings of middle capacity, whether when do they eventually go on having achieved liberation to follow the bodhisattva path?
Okay.
Or is it just sort of end there?
The Jipudin da jumba. Kon Sanjay Drogore Gemma
그래.
Kandre Kongichu.
세계 참말로 성진과 유생 요하스. 유생 거르스나 세계 참말 성진 리 요하스. 리드 요던 강가 성진 요하스. 리드 조스나 이지시바나 이지시바나 마루바드.
Bless her. The Teme da Jumba, the Kandre, the Techen Landro.
테메다주에는 상주가 생고네. 상주 생줄지는 대신 로르스.
So, yes, all sentient beings eventually become a Buddha. All sentient beings have Buddha potential, Buddha nature, have mental consciousness, and their mental consciousness which isn't truly established. So, all sentient beings will become fully enlightened. And the Hinayana Arhat, the foe destroyer who's already achieved liberation, would then generate bodhicitta and traverse the Mahayana paths. So he or she would eventually achieve that state. And I've seen in text where it says the Buddha actually shows up and says, come on, you're not done. You're not done, kid. Someone else, yes. There was another question too. Okay, we're good. I've got another 10
Mine
minutes.
is more for you. I find myself wanting to ask Rinpoche how he's feeling, and I don't feel like that's appropriate. So I want to just send my prayers to him.
Oh, that's fine. Ask Rinpoche. Chiran guza depi and bay. Tengsan.
데브도스.
Debudoe.
데브도.
Trak samazu chiran depen tokudoe.
차워데 차 상마스들 마제나서 가요 말았어.
He says, other than his dialysis, he feels great, and the dialysis is working. So,
Thank you.
Meaning, like, he doesn't have to do anything, really. It's just the dialysis he has to go to. He was trying to make light of it. Yes.
Thank you.
Just wanted to translate it properly. And absolutely, anytime ask Rinpoche how he's feeling.
Good one.
Yes.
In meditation, the object of meditation is internal or external object. If you take the Buddha and you imagine that that the statue of the Buddha is real, that then is an object that becomes internal, becomes a thought. I'm just thinking about thoughts. The external, the difference between an external and internal object of meditation, and then like compassion has no object. So
Yeah, it does. Sentient beings
so-
suffering.
yeah,
That's the object of compassion. The suffering of sentient beings and the removal of it.
but it's without an object, compassion. I'm just thinking of the difference between an object.
But that's not
and-
correct. That's my point. Is you're stating there's not an object, but the correct answer is there is. An object of observation of compassion is the removal of sentient beings suffering. So compassion has a point, has a focus, and has an object of observation. So it has that. And when we say external and internal, it's meaning, are you focusing on it external of you or meditating it on inside of you, such as like you have the water element is part of who you are. So if you were meditating on the internal water element, this would be the internal meditation. Or as Katie was explaining, meditating on inside of your body, that you actually have a Buddha at your heart center, at that chakra. So that, I want to just clarify what the terms are we're using, and then I can ask the question fluently, very clearly. Because I can't say, Rinpoche, there is no that, and he'll say, yes, there is. You know what I mean? So compassion's object is sentient being suffering. So when you meditate upon compassion, you're meditating upon the removal of sentient beings suffering. So it is a functioning, it's a word, but it's a word that has a function. And it's a mind that is created, which is sentient beings. So the object would be the couple of different ways you could meditate in generation of it in your mind, or the actual sentient beings that are compassion's focus. But then you can meditate on the generation of compassion by the Ninji Ju Gare Rinpoche.
이제 저 맛이 진짜 용어 샤마도지.
So, and then if you are to look at compassion as an object, for instance, compassion is caused. So when you are trying to look at it as an internal development of a transformation of your mind from that which isn't compassionate to that which is compassionate, you meditate on the stages that lead up to compassion. So compassion as an object is a caused object, and it is caused by the four prior thoughts, which are, and we look at the 7-point Geshe Chikawa's 7-point cause and effect for achieving the mind that aspires to enlightenment. I'm sorry, that was wrong. Not Geshe Chikawa, but the 7-point cause and effect for achieving the mind that aspires to enlightenment, passed down from Atisha. We see first, that's the correct, passed down from Atisha, we see first recognizing sentient beings as our mother, second, remembering their kindness, third, wishing to repay their kindness, and then fourth, love through the force of attraction. And then through these four causes, compassion is generated. Compassion as an object of observation is a phenomena which is caused, and then you can meditate on how it is generated. And compassion as an object of observation has an object of observation, and that is all sentient beings suffering.
이제 Chenmo want to about the 이제 sentient sama 이제 도was.
Semchen Sama. So all sentient beings have compassion. It's great compassion that we're speaking about the generation of.
So just an example, if somebody's hurt, and so you have you suffering, outside, you see a person having suffering, and then you have compassion for that, so you try to help them. That's an object, right, of the compassion. But then the compassion of that then goes internal. I
Don't know what that means. Where? How does it go internal?
Well, because
To where?
It's an external object
Yes.
that you see somebody suffering,
Yes.
and then that part becomes then becomes part of you.
Your mind.
You
Your
know,
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what compassion is. It's a consciousness. It's a mind that says, I want to free this person from suffering and the causes of suffering. So the compassion's object is that person, but compassion itself is the thought. May this being be free from suffering and the causes. The ninji dopa semchen tamje dugyal dan dugyal ju mepa. Okay, Coleman and Terry, you have a question.
It's just a clarification.
And those will be the last two. Go for it.
On the prayer of refuge.
Okay.
We take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. And sometimes, like in the confession of downfalls of
Mhm.
35 Buddhas, or sometimes in some reading that I do, we take refuge in the Guru, the
Mhm.
Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha.
Mm-hmm.
Can you clarify that for me in terms of, or can Rinpoche please?
Well, everyone doesn't have a guru. So they, you know what I mean? So everyone doesn't have a guru to take refuge in. So why is it sometimes and sometimes not?
Yeah,
Or-
and is it okay to always take refuge in the Guru?
Okay.
And I consider Rinpoche the Guru.
Yes, that was, I guess, my point I was
Yeah.
making is not everyone has a teacher.
Yeah.
So, you know, not every Buddhist would have a teach. You could say Lama Tsongkhapa, but Rinpoche Garshene, it's Becha Kashe. Sanjay Chudan Zuji Chunanla Becha Kashe Lama Guru Lama Shatsuse Shatsela Garshene Kashe Lama Kashe Yomare. Namo Guru Be Namo Buddhaya Kashe Namo Guru Be Yomare Garshene Becha Kanga Guru Yoma Guru Shatsel Yomare Garshene.
대체가 가요 말때 우리 샤서 생산 당하래 마도 어제는 지금 요구 말했어.
So it doesn't need to say it in the book for the practitioner to think it in his or her mind. I said it's not in all texts and so forth.
Thanks. Clarification.
Okay. Coleman?
Yes, I was just wanted to ask Rinpoche if he could explain or validate what chakras are.
Chakras.
I don't really, what is a chakra? What's the...
Yeah. That's going to be over my head translation-wise, but I'll do the best I can with it. But I haven't studied the internal drops with the systems in Tibetan.
It's like, I know are there 7 or there...
Yeah, and I don't know in a whole room if that can be taught, but I'll ask.
Okay.
Rinpoche, Korlo, Dondagare, Korlo.
자고로.
Union laro na. Ganyan sa nang 8 sik mambo hako gumare.
자고로 자고로 레지왕 그거든 로고죠. 로고노 자고로. 쇼고 대신 저걸로 잡아 대고로 자고로 만도.
Kong Korlo Gatsudu.
그래서 하고 말
You
매발
just know
제가
how
하고
many
말.
chakras there are.
맞지.
Mambo Yerbe.
뭐
A lot of chakras.
매발 개발을 지고.
The doctors who are scholars really know, could teach this. A scholarly doctor could really teach this.
맞아 맞아.
I'm not a doctor.
Okay, that's good.
It's just the energy systems and yeah. There's a lot of different descriptions. Different tantras have different chakras, so there isn't one real basic answer he can give.
Yeah.
But it's not really in the beginning scopes. It's not something you even entertain or practice. You don't find chakras till highest yoga tantra. The korlo, the nejor lana maybe ju kuna, nejor ju korlo yurbe, yomare.
지바 콜로 지바래 되다.
Yine ngama the droma. gom and kon chakra chiran the droma the shaju the korlo yomare. Korlo yomare.
Droma shaju is nenju judo droma.
The korlo the shaju shuju korlo gong yurube.
Chiba.
I was just asking if there's the chakras in the other tantric systems besides the highest yoga, and he said yes. So we'll end there, concluding mandal offering and dedication prayer. The fundamental ground is scented with incense and strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha land and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure realm. I dedicate whatever virtues I have collected for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of Venerable Losang Drapa to shine forever. I send forth this jeweled mandala to you, precious Guru. I dedicate all this virtue to emulate the knowledge of the hero Manjushri and likewise Samantabhadra as well. With whatever dedication is praised as supreme by all the conquerors who traverse the 3 times, I also dedicate all my roots of virtue for the sake of auspicious deeds. In that pure land surrounded by snowy mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. All-powerful Abbot Teshvara Tenzin Gyatso, may you stay until samsara's end. I pray for the long life of the precious Khensur Rinpoche, holder of scriptural and gracious doctrines, spiritual art and training, sensibly and I pray for the soul of the Juji Ronchi Guzi Shabi Denrona.